Well, that was chaotic, to say the least. Welcome, everybody, to another post-race stream. I'm going to let you know that we have a fun one. We're locked and loaded. We might have a guest coming on later on in the show. But good to see everybody in here. Be sure to lick the like button, all that good stuff. Really quick, before we start off and get into this race, I want to thank Tyler McGonigal for becoming a member, as well as a $4.99 super chat saying have some money for having this chat open to talk during the race. Thanks for all you do. Well, I appreciate it. And you're all always welcome to come in during the race. And then thank you to Napa Racing Fan 927 for the 2 Chicago Cup race. Should be the return to Chicagoland 220. I would like a return to Chicagoland, but let's see how it is in this race. I like that. I like that y'all are licking the like button. And thank you to Tyler as well for a $6.90 nice super chat. All right, everyone. I'm seeing a lot of people who are not channel members. I think it's time to change that. Everyone give some memberships. I'll start. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that a ton. And while you're doing that, let's look at this race. We'll get the finishing order up top after we get through it here. But the 2023 Tennessee Lottery 250 was this race at the Nashville Superspeedway. And thank you, Tyler, for those 10 gifted memberships as well. There were 196 laps in this race, 12 cautions, 11 leaders with 17 lead changes, and it lasted 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 35 seconds. I appreciate everybody that's come on thanks to this gifted memberships, or the 10 by Tyler. But looking at the finishing order of this race, you had the top 16 on the lead lap in this one. AJ Allmendinger gets the win. Of the guys remaining, definitely the most probably deserving of them. From there, you got Riley Herbst in second, Sam Mayer in third, Austin Hill in fourth, fifth was Josh Berry, John Hunter Nemechek in the sixth spot, seventh goes to Zane Smith, 11 of Hemrick in eighth, ninth goes Cole Custer, Parker Retzlaff closes out the top 10. And again, be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel as we look at this race. I love seeing everybody coming on in here. Looking at the guys a lap down after, or 11th through 16th before a lap down, I should say. 11th was Parker Kligerman. Then you got Chandler Smith in 12th. 13th is Jeb Burton. Brett Moffitt, 14th. 15th, Justin Allgaier. And 16th, Kaz Grala. A lap down was Sheldon Creed in 17th. 18th was Weatherman. Lap down, Ryan Sieg. 19th, a lap down. Brendan Poole with the top 20 in this race in the 6 car. 1 lap down as well. Same with Graff in 21st. Clement in 22nd. Alfredo, 23rd. Jones in 24th. And Kyle Sieg in 25th. Then the next 4 are 2 laps down. Perkins, 26th. Jeffrey Earnhardt, 27th. 28th goes Ellis. And Chad Chastain. Chastained the clean finish at the end there. 29th position for him. Then you got Starr, 30th, 3 laps down. Gase, also 3 laps down, 31st. And Mason Massey, the last one on the track, 10 laps down. Rest of these guys were out. Josh Williams in 33rd. Sammy Smith in 34th. Mosak in 35th. Hocevar, 36th. Ty Gibbs in 37th. And Stephen Parsons, 38th and last on the day. Again, click that like button, and we can talk about NBC. I'll leave a poll for you guys as we get this going, unpin this message. Did y'all like NBC's coverage today? I'll leave that one for you because I know a lot of people did not like Fox or FS1s. So did you like the NBC coverage that we got? Let's get into this race, and while we're at it, we will pop up at the top here the post-race results for the 2023 Tennessee Lottery 250. And again, 6 minutes in, thank you guys all for jumping on in here. Let's have some fun looking at this race. So starting out, Cole Custer was on the pole. Wow, that is amazing amounts of yes votes. We might for the first time ever have a perfect poll in this, which is pretty darn crazy. I know someone probably will say no, but still 43 votes in, 45 votes in. That's pretty crazy. But Cole Custer on the pole in this race. Lap 1, we get right into the action. Caution for a crash with the 07, the 7, 39, 29, and 27. At this point, I know the chat pick, they had Allgaier for this race, and it was looking like lap 1, y'all are screwed. No, it's not a, well, okay, some pick no, but no, it was not a glitch. But people very happy with NBC's coverage today as it looks. But looking at the opening of this race, it was a complete WRECKFEST to start out with. First, you have, of course, that wreck. They restart on lap 10, and you have a yellow with the 21, the 39, the 27. Austin Hill would be in good amount of issues and incidents today. But that was only the first. We finally get a full green flag lap done on lap 15. And only by lap 18, Ryan Ellis and Chad Chastain have a spin. Of course, we're having a bit of issue on that one too. Again, not shocked too much just because it was, I think the track was pretty difficult today for a lot of these guys. You saw even in qualifying, both Cup and Xfinity, they were wiggling around the heat. I'd have to check. But I believe the heat today is around the 90s. Yeah, 88 degrees as we run right now, which, by the way, good thing this race didn't run any later. Storms might be rolling through pretty soon. Tomorrow, though, the storm chances are highest in the morning and get better, actually, as the day goes on and tonight. No real rain chances tomorrow night, it looks like, until about 10:30 as it's rolling right now. So good stuff to see right there. And I will get to those super chats in just a moment when we get back to the chat so I can see what y'all are putting. But in stage 1, lap 22, you see the restart where Gibbs takes the lead, and Gibbs runs off, beating Custer in second for stage 1. Then AJ Allmendinger, Carson Hocevar, Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith, Riley Herbst, Sam Mayer, John Hunter Nemechek, and Parker Kligerman. We're going to end this poll right now. 96% of you saying, or 95 at least, saying that you like the NBC coverage. I'm assuming over Fox. Now, looking at these super chats as we're in our super chat stage break for stage 1. Marky Mark for the 2. Only caught stage 3 onwards. NBC, 3 thumbs up. I would agree. I watched the whole race, watched qualifying earlier today. NBC is head and shoulders above Fox. And so far, I would honestly say on par, if not a little bit better than last year. We'll see what it is on NBC. There might be more commercials being on a big network. But so far, so good. Happy with what we got. And then Shmeev, thank you for the $2 super chat. Anyone else here anyone else here petty accidentally drop an F-bomb? I didn't. But at the same time, I was also paying attention to 1,000 things at once. So that might just be a me problem. But it wouldn't surprise me. He's dropped F-bombs on TV on accident before. By the way, again, lick that like button. Let's get those likes up. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes by the end of the stream. I will not have my water force multiplier on. So just so people aren't worried that I might be getting this stream taken off. They're still interviewing people. They do post-race too. It's awesome. Awesome to see. By the way, we'll let you know that we will probably in the next 10, 20 minutes have a guest coming on. Maybe more. Depends. I opened it to a couple people, so we'll see. But yeah, I'll agree with Timmy Wolf. Their grid walk. Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton's grid walk in this race, in this pre-race, I thought was awesome. I loved it so much more than what Mikey would do with the goofy one. I liked seeing them actually talk about the cars that were going past, talk about what the drivers would have to deal with. It was focused towards the event, and that's what the coverage should be. Listen, I've ripped on NBC before. I've ripped on Fox a ton. But you got to give praise where it's due. They definitely upped it a bit when it came to staying on task, which I appreciate. Yeah, and I Napa Racing Fan 927, I would agree, too, that I think the only real loss from Fox NBC would be that Larry Mack isn't there. But Steve Wittart, while not Larry Mack, is still solid. Now, going to stage 2, and I will admit I might have missed one or two. I had some stuff come up in the middle during stage 2 into 3. But on lap 53, we have a restart where Austin Hill on old tires goes down into the corner, gets loose, gets into the 19. I had heard some stuff that that Hill was saying, it was kind of for the 19 dooring him earlier. I don't know whether or not that is the case, but if it was intentional, then the point got across. But that knocks Ty Gibbs out of the race, and then that also knocks Carson Hocevar, who Hocevar, again, impressed me, has a really good start to this race, ran fast, ran top 5, ran probably better than that car should have been running. So again, keep watching Hocevar. He is slowly but surely, I think, gaining the respect of a lot of people out there, a lot of fans. I saw he tweeted at JRM, wishing him good luck. Let's be real. We pretty much know, or at least think, he's going to the 8 car. But again, solid showing for Carson Hocevar. And I even if you don't like him, I hope that he's earned your respect. Because I think that the way he's been running this last month, 2 months, has been really good and showing a lot of maturity out of him. And that crash also was huge because it would influence AJ Allmendinger's 10 car and they would get a bit of a flare out from it, which then would help them later on with aerodynamics, help them with some side force, and ultimately help them go on to get the victory in this race. So that crash right there was a turning point. Lap 53 took out the most dominant car, possibly the second fastest car with Carson Hocevar, and helped the 10 get even faster. So good stuff all around. Well, not good stuff, but critical stuff all around when it came to the way this race would fill out and play out. Now, Jimmy, thank you for the $5 and $2 super chats. He says, hi, that was a great race. Are you watching the ARCA race tonight at 9 p.m. on FS2? Probably not, just because I will have some stuff to do. We got the whole podcast crew is in town, to say the least. And then he also corrects 9 p.m. on Fox Sports 2. Probably not, but I will at least keep some tabs to see who's running where. We don't do post-race for ARCA, which I know a lot of people know, but just letting everybody know. But I'll keep track. So lap 60 comes after the wreck with Ty Gibbs and Carson Hocevar, AJ Allmendinger, and Austin Hill. And Riley Herbst and Sammy Smith get together on the restart a little bit. Neither of them are knocked out. Herbst has a relatively good save, though it did kind of look like he came down a little bit. But Connor Mosack would spin. He would start spinning, and he would fight the car, and then overcorrect head first in the wall. I know I'm not a race car driver. I know I probably shouldn't say this. I did laugh at that. It reminded me of Danica back in 2012 at camp, to say the least. And that's funny. By the way, again, click that like button. 40 away from 100. Love that all of you guys are coming in. I know it's summer day, beautiful day out, so be sure to enjoy your day after this. But I enjoy that y'all are coming in and talking racing with me. Lap 69. Nice. Another wreck. This time with the 2, the 18, and the 9. Another just a huge wreck fest of a race for the first 2 stages or so. You have the restart on lap 75. And the end of stage 2 has Chandler Smith winning that stage. Custer second, Hemrick third, Sam Mayer in 4th at the stage. 5th goes to Herbst. Then John Hunter Nemechek, Zane Smith, Josh Berry, Parker Retzlaff, and Brett Moffitt, the top 10. That's your stage 2 finish. Final stage. This is where I probably left something out. I apologize now. A lot of stuff happened, and it's a busy day. But lap 104, you have Kligerman slow. He gets spun out by Grella. On lap 109, you have the colleague guys of Hemrick and Chandler Smith battling for the lead. And ultimately, Hemrick got it for a minute. Then Chandler gets it. From there, the battle for the win is between Chandler Smith and Cole Custer. In between there, you have John Hunter Nemechek pit with problems. Nemechek would recover to a 6th place finish on the day because of it. But those two up front were battling a lot for the win. Excuse me, throat's dry. I'm pulling the opposite of Ty Gibbs' interview. But with that, their battling would bring AJ Allmendinger to the lead battle, which got AJ ultimately the lead over Chandler Smith. A very gutsy, I don't know if I'd say arrow move. I don't think it was a dirty move, but a very kind of gutsy move on Custer too. Custer was not too happy about these Cup leeches coming in and taking their playoff points. But with 44 to go, you have a pit cycle start. The 16.00 would leapfrog AJ, getting in earlier, getting fresher tires, and AJ had a bit of a slower stop. And Sam Mayer would take rights only. With this, they run the run out with 13 to go. AJ would pass Parker Kligerman, and ultimately the other team passed too. Pass Kligerman, was staying out on strategy, trying to get the victory. And it looked like he was skating off to a clean, mean, green victory until Chad Chastain spun off Chastained him in a different way, and would ultimately put a lot of these guys, 6 or so on up, staying out, the rest pitting on different strategies for an overtime finish. First overtime, 4 wide, the 16 spins, the 98 kind of gets into the back of him, stays in his line, moves up a little bit, but ultimately NASCAR chooses not to penalize him, which sets up overtime number 2, where the 16 runs out with the lead, and they all battle for second in the back, with Herbst winning that one over Mayer. Mayer flying up through the pack a little bit. And a last lap crash that would take out a good amount of guys behind them. But that was the race itself. I would honestly say when they weren't crashing, the racing was really fun to watch. I just wish they weren't crashing so much. By the way, I'm looking now, and I think we got a guest coming in here. Perfect timing as we had just finished talking about the race. Wow, this is the first time I think our post-race show's ever had a guest. Oh my God. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Look at that. How's it going, man?
Austin Hill's a bum.
Well,
nah, man. He took out my pick. You're welcome, chat. My goodness.
That was my pick too, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm it's funny because there's a little delay, so the chat's just now seeing that you're on here, and I see like this big pause, and there they go. But that looks I don't know about you, that looks familiar.
Like, yeah, no, I got a new couch.
Wait a minute, is there what's on the other side of you? Is there a lizard there?
No, that's no, I just walked in here. I don't know where it came from.
Man, that looks awful familiar.
My neighbor's making a crap ton of noise. I gotta go tell him to shut up.
Well, make sure you mute yourself so we don't. Yeah. Uh-oh. What
the heck is going on? I can hear myself in my ear.
Hold on, lean down.
Austin Hill's a bum.
So yeah, that's one of the things. Eric's right here. Oh, hi. That's me. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is these are all the notes I take. So you can see it. But yeah, I see, I work hard for y'all. Yeah, I can read the super chats for you, and you don't have to mute yourself. See, we crossed the stream. All right. Let me. The chat's going nuts.
I hope that actually worked out. I hope the sound and stuff wasn't terrible.
I think we were good. Well, we did get some super chats here really quick, and then if any others pop in, I'll let you know. Apparently, I got Doctor's handwriting. I know. Napa Racing Fan 927 for 5 says, with Michael's grid walk, I immediately think of him spilling a taco on Denny Hamlin's car at Texas. NBC's coverage is way better than Fox's. What do you think, man?
I thought today was good. I think it helped that there was a caution every 30 seconds for most of the race. So I think I made the comment to you. It wasn't until stage 3 that they finally had a commercial over green flag racing. But by then, they burned all the commercials they needed to. It was a side-by-side, so it really wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Well, and what did you think of the grid walk, too? Because I know I had fun with that.
Yeah, no, the moment I saw the way the camera swooped and like picked up Dale and Jeff and then kind of followed them, it was just very cinematic. And I think it was fantastic.
And then Shmeev here says for 5, hey, it's the guy from the SHR Josh Berry announcement video.
Oh yeah, had a fun little cameo in there. That was cool. I didn't expect that. I love that someone at SHR watches my videos. I hope they don't watch all my videos because sometimes I don't say very nice things about Stuart Haas racing.
To be fair, I mean, when you're not running in the top 20 with that team.
Yeah, I'd like to think I'm at least fair.
Yeah. Let's see. Looking in the chat right now, Will England says Mike Joy is actually at Barrett Jackson, Las Vegas right now doing commentary.
Nice.
Good to know he keeps busy in his off time. By the way, click that like button. Let's get 30 more likes here. Get to 100 likes while we end off the stream. Letting everybody know this week you'll see both of us and then our 2 missing companions that are in Nashville right now on the NASCAR Weekly Podcast on this channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and then I'll try at least to do a post race tomorrow. No promises on that track Wi-Fi though, or McDonald's Wi-Fi, depending on where it's at. Let's see what else we got in here before we finish off. Tyler McGonigal, thank you for the 5 thoughts on the post race stream name, the Iceberg Meltdown Xfinity Edition. So
it's actually pretty good.
I've been thinking I might do. Oh man, I'm doing a Ty Gibbs right now. Is what I'm doing. I might name it the Meltdown. I just need. I don't know. I'm worried it'll sound too close to the Teardown. Is all.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Jeff and Jordan might sue you. They might come after you.
Maybe I should just send over a DM or something like, hey, can I be your off-brand?
I think they're pretty chill. I think they'll allow it. They seem pretty chill.
I'll be.
Y'all just need to do a crossover episode.
I'd be down with that. I'd be down with that. I'm looking in the chat right now at what they're putting here. Alessandro's already given you, when it comes to picks, missing rings, Eric Estep 2023.
I finished second in 2021 to you, second in 2022 to the chat, correct?
Yes.
And we're on pace to do it once again. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That's also the sun is hitting me in a very interesting spot. Whoa.
Yeah, if you want, I mean, you could probably put the I think the win whatevers are down.
The blinds are already closed. I'm just gonna
maybe I know I got the little Ponchta plushie in the window, or if you're able to put that there, maybe that'll help if anything.
It's fine. We're good. We're all good.
Let's
no panic.
All right, I said lick that like button, and Marky said instructions unclear. Lick the dislike button instead. Jimmy says for 2, Jarrett, are you gonna finish the NASCAR reading novel? I made it to the end of stage 2 of Beige, so I think we're gonna call that a fair game at that point. Shmeev says call it the Iceberg Meltdown. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I might need some of that. The tip of the iceberg show. Groovy Goose has a question for both of us. Will the Hornet sale affect 2311? Will MJ dip or something?
I think if anything, it gives Michael Jordan more free time. You saw he was there for qualifying today. And I saw that apparently last night, there's a photo of him, Garth Brooks, and Tyler Reddick at I think some party that MJ himself was hosting. So if anything, now maybe he's just got more free time to devote to his true passion all along stock car racing.
He literally only played basketball so we could fund this operation.
Yeah, it was a long game.
No, I never said I'd read it all. I said I would read. Well, I said I would read as much as I could, but if the stream's gonna die, I'm not gonna kill my computer trying to read. Apparently Darian is in shambles. Well, let's see. Darian was in shambles when? Oh, he's Napa Racing fan said he'll never forget the first year of NWP pick points. Chat beating Darian by 1 point for third with the Kevin LePage pick. Let's see what else we got. Oh, and then Noah says, "Oof." He also saw Bubba Wallace spin today.
Unfortunately, he had a front row seat for that.
Yeah. What was funny is when they showed the camera on him, they zoomed in and he wasn't even looking at the track. He was looking the other way.
I couldn't watch either. I mean, Bubba had a whole lap going. It looked like until he just stepped out. That much.
Oh, we got IDK player in the chat who's at the track right now saying, "What a day." Yes, what a day, my Cuban friend. I hope you don't worry. This is like an inside joke among 3 people in front of 200. John, I hope you're okay with me telling Eric that funny story. That's all.
I know all about it, John. You have no secrets.
Let's see. Anything else? Any last second stuff? I think before we head on out and hit the town.
I want to say I heard the super chat earlier. Yes, I did hear Kyle Petty accidentally slip up and drop a little F-bomb in there. It was a mistake. He was like trying to say something else and it just came out as the F word. He caught it, saved it very quickly. A true broadcasting professional. I'll give him credit.
It was kind of like when Larry Mack had that problem saying white flag and he said something else. So it happens to everybody. At least it's not like the time I believe it was Sonoma 2007. He got spun out on lap 1 and you hear his audio and you just go, "What the F was that? We're sorry about this."
Kenseth was involved in that incident, unfortunately.
Maybe it's a petty thing because then you got the fire extinguisher comment from Richard in his last start.
Maybe.
Napa Racing fan wants to know, Eric, do you have any quick thoughts on the truck race?
I really and truly thought it was Heim time. Shout out to my boy Bailey Curry, though. Ran top 5 all night long, was battling for the lead with who was he going back and forth with? Was it Corey Heim? I think it might have been Heim. No, I've lost. I don't remember who it was, but I was really excited to see Bailey, who kind of got the short end of the stick in Xfinity this year. He's running a lot of races for Nice and trucks, and I know it's not full time, but we've seen Hocevar obviously won last night, has been fast. The other Nice trucks are hit or miss, but I think Bailey's a good enough driver that they're going to hit on it more than they're going to miss on it. And I think he's already got 2 top 5s this year in that truck. So I'm happy to see Bailey getting some good, well-deserved screen time. But other than that, I actually just thought it was a very competitive race. We talked about the Deegan wreck on lap, I don't know what it was, lap 4, lap 3.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw today. It was easy for people to driving a little too hard, especially on cold tires, get sideways. But, man, it's frustrating to see Deegan continue to not improve on her results. And Raja, while he seems to be running better every single week, he's also had things go wrong. And I don't know if you can hear all the sirens. I know you're used to this, Jared. Yeah.
Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it coming out of your end, but I can hear it coming out of yours, and it's weird having it come out of somebody else's.
Yeah. Anyway, I felt bad for Raja, though. Takes the lead and immediately has an issue.
But at least there's that progression. I think that's the big thing we talked about last night was the progression. By the way, lick that like button before we finish out on here. There's a couple more super chats. Milton asked for 5, or says for 5, I should say. Cup race should be less of a wreck fest with the cooler conditions favoring these sporty stock cars. I mean, it's going to be warm tomorrow. It's still going to be warm. The forecast keeps heating up as the week goes on. Tyler asked for 2. Do you think we'll see a Garage 56 car in any games?
Like video games?
I think so.
I wouldn't expect it. I would not expect anything functional on the console side of things. Maybe, I don't know, could iRacing add it to their lineup? I don't
You
know.
could probably have it on Trading Paints, at least the paint scheme for it. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I'm sure you get the paint scheme. I don't know about the real, like, the way it, I don't know if they're going to get anything close to the real car
That's
handling wise.
that's probably the closest you're gonna get to having that car on any platform, though. Marky Mark then for 10. Kyle Petty, let me just say this. I didn't mean to say it, but I said it. I was going to say something else, but I didn't say what I wanted to say, but I said it anyways. Yeah, that sounds like a Kyle Petty quote. We got a few people saying that we're going to get swatted or the fire department's coming for us, one or the other.
Not again.
Yeah, again. What the hell you been doing down there?
That's a long story.
We got time. We got people coming from Lebanon.
That what?
Yeah, that's where the track's at.
Oh, I was like the country. I was like, what? No, that's a story for another time, off air.
All right. Well, I'm looking if there's any last stuff here. I think we about got it settled up, but man, that was. So we had a great race with trucks. We had a WRECKFEST, still with good racing on the Xfinity side. What are we expecting for Cup tomorrow?
I think it'll be a lot cleaner. I thought last year's race was fantastic. It was just marred by all the red flags and the long rain delays. If we can avoid those, I think tomorrow could be a contender for race of the year. I honestly could. Like this year's had a couple really good races. Kansas was great. What was the more recent race? Charlotte, obviously 600 was great. I think, both races were great, but I think there is a way that we could have an even better race this season. Like Charlotte was great, didn't have quite the same punch at the finish that Kansas did. I think Nashville has a shot at it. I'm not going to predict it happens, but I think it has a realistic shot.
Yeah, I do think that, both concrete races last year to this point of the season were pretty good between Nashville and then Dover, and I thought the Dover race this year was pretty good personally. I know there might not be too much overlap, but I do think the surface has something to do with it too. I do think as long as we don't have any rainouts, anything like that, I do think that having a bit of a hotter, slicker track to start might make things treacherous to start out with. But I like the idea that we're gonna have a changing track as the night goes on. So
I agree.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, and we'll be there. Danny and Darian are there today, and they'll be there also tomorrow. But no, I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be a fun weekend overall, and I don't think it'll be rained out either. But
I like that. I love that optimism.
Honestly, it suits me pretty well. But I think that about covers it. So y'all. I'll be back. I don't know who we'll have on tomorrow. We'll probably figure something out. But I will plan on being back tomorrow after the race. And I guess until next time, have a good one. Oh my God.
Oh,
right,
I thought you were.
Oh no, we're leaving. We're leaving. Bye. Bye.